Well, we're back in Glen Coe, and tonight we've got a summit camp with a difference. So welcome back to the channel. I'm G from Red Man Walking. We're in Glen Coe at Glen Coe Mountain Resort, and after my failed camp up on Bhùiridh Moor, we're going to do this the easy way. I'm going to jump on the chairlift and we're heading up onto the summit of this mountain for an overnight camp. Joining me today is Andrew Park from Andrew Park Outdoors. So yeah, I've already got the midgie spray on. There was people walking down the road with midgie nets on, which I thought was a bit extreme because there was a bit of a breeze blowing. No. As I got myself ready at the back of the car, I was getting eaten alive. So yes, we may well need the midgie nets and the smidge on when we get to the top of this mountain. But yeah, join us as we head on an easy camp, a summit camp, using the chairlift. So that's me, I'm on the chairlift heading up to the top of the Munro that sits at the back of the Glen Coe Mountain Resort. Now, the idea of this camp was to make a summit camp very, very easy. I was thinking about bagging off the Munro at the top here, because it'll only be a few hundred metres to get up onto the summit. However, I think my other half would definitely say that that was cheating. Whether or not I do bag off this Munro, we'll see. Midges were horrific down in the car park, so I'm hoping to get a bit of a breeze at the top here. This was totally well and truly clagged in this morning. I drove along here at about 7 o'clock this morning, aiming to get up onto the path of Glen Coe, which that didn't go to plan, and so we switched to plan B, and I drove around to Fort William, had a wee walk along the Great Glen Way out to Corpack. I'd always planned to meet Andrew here at about 3 o'clock, jump on the chairlift for a wee cheeky summit camp, but without the effort on the legs. Is it cheating? I don't care. Don't care. Well, that's us nearly at the top of the chairlift. I'm not going to film me getting off this because I had a big enough panic getting on with all my gear. So I'll speak to you again when I get off the chairlift and we start making our way over to where we're going to camp for tonight. There we go. I've successfully navigated myself off the chairlift and Andrew's with us now. So that little mountain that I showed you on the way up in the chairlift, that's where we're heading tonight. The breeze has certainly picked up a wee bit, but we've got the right tent, we've got the right gear for spending a night on the top of the mountain. Now, Moffat's Mountains, if you see this, we'll be looking over to the spot that you said was the greatest of all time for wild camping. We'll let you have a look at it and you can decide, is Benacrulister the best or is it the other side? We're both going to get views of the Buckle. It just, you know, we're going to be on opposite sides of the valley.
Hi, Robert.
Not too sure what's happened to this bridge. A little bit of a dip in it. Well, there we go. We're at the top. It only took about 10 minutes to walk from the chairlift, which is, that's refreshing. Means the legs are still a bit fresh. Although you wouldn't know it because I'm huffing and puffing here. I'm going to take you up and let you see the views off the top of this wee peak that just sits right at the back of the Glen Coe Mountain Resort. As you can see in the background here, Bhùiridh's got its head in the clouds at the minute, so hopefully that'll appear later on. But here, I'll spin you around and let you see the views. So there we go, that is the chairlift that we got off, and the path just leads you up, and it's taken us about 10 minutes. Now, if Jerry was here with Murray from Scotland's Mountains, he'd be able to tell us what all these mountains round about are. I don't know, because I haven't climbed any of these. But yeah, I'm thinking I might head up to the top of that one after I get the tent set up, but we'll see. But yeah, you've got great views down over Rannoch Moor, and if it wasn't quite so misty, we'd be able to see down to Highland, and then up this way you've got Benacrulister, and then the Bhùiridh sitting just with its head in the clouds right in the centre there. So yeah, I'm going to go and scope out the hillside and see if I can get a sheltered wee spot with some great views looking down over Glen Coe. Right, time to get the tent put up. Right, I think that's decision made. We're going to stick the tent in here, and that'll give us views down to the Bhùiridh. There's a stiff breeze blowing at the minute, but that should be okay. My tent should be able to cope with the 15 to 20 miles an hour that is blowing at the minute. Down here, somebody has created a stone circle. Now, what does that mean? Is it just somebody making a bit of art? I don't know, but hopefully I don't get a visitation in the night. Right, time to get this tent put up and get in out of the breeze. Well, that's me pitched. I've got the bedding all set up and everything's in the tent, ready to go. Do you want to come and have a look? So we're out tonight in the North Tent Vern 1. Yeah, this is only the third or fourth time I've had this tent out. So I'm on the Thermarest Neo Air. It's the wide, long, rectangular pad. And my birthday present from last year, we're back with the Zen Bivy light bed. And then, yep, I've gone double pillows. I've got the Decathlon pillow, the inflatable one, and then the Thermarest compressible pillow. And as you can see, there's plenty of pockets for all the knickknacks, and I've got my pack inside, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's a good level pitch, and I'm hoping to get an awesome night's sleep tonight. I want to point out one more thing before I go and get myself a cup of coffee. Ray from RS Outdoors, I took on your comment on your last video in your Vern 1 and I've gone points down. I'm not going to blame anyone for the poles being the wrong way around before, but yeah, Ray, I take your point. It's a good idea. If the pole was to collapse in the night, it would be straight through the side of the tent. So yes, tonight I'm going points down. Right, I think it's going to be one of these nights where the clouds here and the clouds no here, but yeah, if the weather clears up, we're going to have amazing views down towards Bhùiridh Moor and these two big Munros that are sitting off to our left here. But yeah, I'm going to go and grab a cup of coffee because, as you can see, I've got my hat on. The temperature has gone down a bit. It is getting a wee bit cooler. Not the 24 degrees that was promised to us in yesterday's weather forecast, I might add. Right, coffee time. So, time to get dinner on. Tonight I'm having my usual, it's Wayfarer, and tonight it's chicken tikka with rice. Now, before I get on to making this, I'm going to mention something. I don't know if I've mentioned this in other videos, but my other half suffers with something called misophonia. If you don't know what that is, I guarantee you either you suffer with it or you know somebody who suffers with it. Misophonia is the really strong dislike. I mean, it's debilitating. dislike of people making repetitive noises. One of the big ones is eating noises. Now, you will rarely see me eating in front of camera. That's because I know it annoys my other half. It's things like folk will make their dinner, they're rattling the spoon round about the pot. That can really trigger people. Or they're open mouth eaters, you know who you are. And then people biting their spoons. It's like, that can be really triggering for people who suffer with misophonia. So yeah, you're not going to see me eating in front of camera, but this is what I'm having. Now, the midges are getting quite bad here, so I've unleashed the Thermacell. It gives off a kind of midgie repellent. It lasts for 4 hours apparently, so I'm going to put that on my leg because they're starting to kind of bother my face. What was I saying? Yeah, something that annoys me when I watch outdoor YouTubers going up and doing their camps who eat the same wayfarer meals as I do is why take it out the bag and mess up your nice clean pot? You know, it doesn't need to go in here. It can be folded in half and stuck in and done as a boil in the bag. This way, after I finish, I'm going to have some hot water for a coffee at the end. Plus, I won't need to clean up my pot. And that's my top tip for today. if you're eating these things, do them as a boil in the bag, then roll the bag up at the end of the thing, stick it in your rubbish. Bish bash bosh, it's done. Water for coffee. Tonight I've got it's the Pocket Rocket 2 from MSR. I do have a jet boil at home, but I find the weight of it, I'm using it less and less. I don't know whether I'm going to keep it. I did like the idea of it for canoe camping, but I haven't used it. What I've failed to recognise tonight is I do have a small canister of gas, which would have been perfect for tonight's trip. I bought this for doing Bhùiridh more and totally forgot that it was inside my pot. So I brought too much gas. So I've saved weight because I haven't brought the jet boil, but then I've got extra weight because I've got 2 gases now. But anyway. So right, I'm going to get my dinner on and I will speak to you again once I've had that. Well, the rain has kind of driven us back inside now. I'm hoping you're hearing this because I had a bit of a disaster just after dinner. As I said, I made my boil in the bag meal. I took it out of the water. I made myself a coffee, and then as I stood up, my microphone fell off. And where did it land? Yep, you've got it. Directly into the cup of coffee. So hopefully the audio on this is okay. If not, and it's unusable, then I don't know what happens with this video. We'll wait and see. Thermacell on, trying to keep the midges at bay because the wind has died down as well. But yeah, it's looking very Scottish out there. In fact, I'll lift you out and let you see. Right, come on me a second. Yeah, the clouds have come over and it's looking very moody. Yeah, the buckle should be right in the middle of the screen there, but as you can see, it's covered over. One of my favourite wee spots being a cruelister. We're just seen down at the Devil's Staircase as well. Knew it was going to rain a wee bit this evening, but yeah, it's all good. Right, I'm going to get myself zipped into the tent, do a little bit of admin, sort out some pictures for you, and maybe we speak to you as the sun goes a wee bit further down, and hopefully gives us a few pinks and oranges as we get the sunset at the end of the day. Oh, midgie heaven. It's really not. Well, we've had a great evening shooting the breeze. Sadly the weather has closed in, but it is nearly 10 o'clock at night. So from Andrew and I, from just above the Glen Coe Mountain Resort, good night, and we'll see you in the morning.
See you later. Cheers.
Like this place isn't creepy enough, I've just come off the phone to my daughter. I showed her this, it sits right in front of my tent. Now it looked a bit odd to me when we first got here, and my daughter's googled it and she says, "Oh Dad, do you know that means it's a place of burial or sacrifice?" If I hear Blair Witch stones in the middle of the night, I'm not going to be impressed. Thank you very much for that, Jennifer. I'm going to sleep really well now. Right, this is me signing off for the night. Good night. And hopefully I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning from a rather rainy summit camp at the back of Glen Coe Mountain Resort. Just had a look at the weather forecast and it is due to be raining for the entire day. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning, the tow doesn't start until 9, but we've made the decision to get breakfast. Well, I'm going to have a coffee and strike camp and get down off the hill. We're actually just going to walk down to the car, so that'll get us back down the bottom for about 8 o'clock rather than having to wait till 9 till the tow comes back on. Because it's not due to get any better as, well, it's not even the morning goes on, as the day goes on it's due to get worse. So I'm going to get a coffee on and start breaking camp. I'll speak to you again once I've had my coffee. Well, the idea for this morning was to get up kind of early and get up the Munro at the back of us here. But as you can see, yeah, it's well and truly clagged in. So I'm going to leave that for another day and we'll do it properly from the car park. We won't cheat. We won't use the chairlift to get up to the top. Yeah, the valley floor's opening up, but as you see when I spin you around here, yeah, the cloud level's pretty low. So we've taken this opportunity, while it's still dry, to get up, get the rest of our stuff packed away, and rather than waiting on the chairlift starting at 9 o'clock, we're both awake. We might as well start wandering down the hill. Actually put a bit of exercise in for the morning. Well, I survived the night. I don't know what this stone circle's all about. My daughter, in the middle of the night, sent me something about this being a sacrificial place or a burial ground. I'm not stepping inside it, that's all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, that's right up my daughter's street. She's kind of freaked me out last night about this. So if anyone knows what this is it hippie art? Is it like the stacking stones? What I call hippie graffiti? Or is it for some reason? I don't know. All I'm going to say is I'm not going to step inside it just in case. But yeah, we survived the night. No strange goings on, just wind and rain. So yeah, it's time to get the tent packed up and start making our way down off the hill. If you know what this is, if it's not something other than just hippie graffiti on the hillside, just let me know in the comments. Well, as always, leave no trace. The only thing that would show that I'd been here is that wee flattened bit of grass. And yeah, the weather's still looking very moody over Glen Coe. Andrew's all packed up. Yeah, I think it's time to get down off this hill. From the back of Glen Coe Mountain Resort on a cheeky wee summit camp where we used the chairlift, I've been G from Red Man Walking, and all that remains for me to say is go and create your own adventures, and we'll see you on the next one.